Hustle, focus, and discipline. This is Mark Hill, author of The Secret to Prosperity. Today, I want to talk about the company Zoom, uh, the technology company Zoom that it just went public about a week ago. And the CEO, founder, Chinese immigrant Eric Yuan became a billionaire since taking the company public. Last week, he's now worth around $3 billion or so. He came to the country, he came to the United States about 22 years ago. He was denied a visa 8 times to come into the country. So this story just reminded me of what I talk about in the Secret to Prosperity book about how you have to be hungry. You have to be hungry and obsessed with success. I don't care what anybody says. America today, right now, is still one of the best countries in the world for economic opportunity. I mean, this is the best time in the world, in history of the world, the best time in the history of the world to become rich or financially independent, very well off economically. There's more opportunity than ever before. And immigrants are still clamoring to come to America to take advantage of the economic opportunities. And once they get here, they take full advantage for the most part. Not that everyone has to become a billionaire, but it seems like almost all immigrants that come here have that hustle mentality. They have that hunger for economic freedom, that entrepreneurial spirit. Because see, in most of the countries that immigrants come from, you have to have an entrepreneurial spirit just to survive. Because the job opportunities aren't as vast like in America where they come from. So many of them have to create their own jobs. Many of them have at least someone in their family, someone close, who's an entrepreneur. They don't depend on corporations or governments to hire them. It's just not possible. People have to have that hustle mindset, whether it's just on a small level, selling fruit on the corner to tourists, having a little convenience store, having a cleaners. You get the idea. They create jobs that serve their communities because the government and just a vast amount of jobs just aren't available from big corporations. So when they set foot on American soil, they're like, wow, look at all this opportunity. And many times if they don't see an opportunity, they'll create an opportunity. You've heard the hundreds of thousands of stories of immigrants who come to America and they don't even speak the language. But they slowly learn the language, or they get into businesses where they don't have to talk to anyone. And they learn the business culture, and they just take advantage of the marketplace here in America. More so than, I would say, the average American who's been here whose family's been here for several generations. I believe the Americans who are born here, sometimes Americans, we take the economic opportunities for granted. Most of the wealthiest corporations in the world are headquartered in America, so many people get too comfortable and are just looking to go to college and hopefully landing a good job and becoming dependent on a major corporation for the rest of their lives. But that's a limit, and there's nothing wrong with working at it on a job. But that's still a limited mindset. You can do so much more. A job should just be a stepping stone, I believe. Working an honest job is very honorable. But no one should depend on one source of income for the rest of their lives, especially in the most financially abundant country in the history of the world. Don't limit yourself. Why would you limit yourself? Especially with the internet and technology. More millionaires are being made every year than ever before. It's easier to become a millionaire than ever before. You just have to have the millionaire mindset first and the hunger of an immigrant who steps on American soil for the first time. That hunger, that desire, the creative, entrepreneurial hustle spirit is what this country was built on. Yeah, America's not perfect. It has its faults, but it's still, from a business point of view, it's the greatest country in the world, the freest market in the world. The animal spirits of business. You can smell it in the air in America. So take heed from entrepreneurs like Eric Yuan from China, who just became a multi-billionaire, who couldn't even speak English and when he first got to America. No, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if he could speak English or not when he first got to America, but I know he overcame the odds. He overcame the odds of having his visa rejected about 8 times. And I'm sure his English, even if he could speak it, it was a little shaky. It probably wasn't the best. So if he can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can obtain financial freedom. It's all in your mind. It starts in your mind. We become what we think about. There are no limits. And I wanted to just mention about what's been happening lately also. And it's always been happening, but it's just in the news about the Central American economies and many of the countries in Central America are very, very stagnant with the lack of viable opportunities for people to provide for their families. So right now, as I'm making this video, there's caravans, and for the last few months, there's been caravans of hundreds of people from Honduras walking for days and weeks and some even months with children and women and children with no food, trying to walk up through Mexico to get to the American border. Why? For the economic opportunities in America. See, when an immigrant gets here, it's so easy to make money and get rich for them because they're hungry. So you've got people walking for months in the hot sun to get to America, to do business in America, to work. So if you're already here or in America or in some other first world country, never get comfortable. Never get complacent, and always take advantage of your economic opportunities. Stay hungry, and you can become financially free. You can have financial independence. You can become a millionaire. Nobody's trying to climb the fence or march into Afghanistan or Pakistan for economic opportunities. Everyone's still clamoring to get to America or any other first world country. And you can make money in any country now with the internet and technology, but it's even 10 times easier in America, another first world. When you have a first world stable economy, it's even easier. So take advantage, hustle, discipline, focus, determination. This is Mark Hill. Be rich, stay healthy, and never ever give up.